Hey guys, welcome back to another instalment of HairTube. Look who's back.
Hi guys.
And look how much her hair's grown. It's Pearl.
So long.
Look at it.
Not?
Not had a haircut since it did last.
No, I haven't.
Man, they grow out too good. It means people don't have to come back often enough. I don't know if that's a good thing for business or not, but it's definitely a testament of a good haircut, right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Pearl. So we're here today again with Pearl, and what we're going to be doing today is another cool short haircut. Pearl and I have had a brief discussion off camera about what she'd like to do. She was happy with the last haircut. She doesn't want to go super short, but as long as it's something around that sort of length, then she'll be happy. But maybe we can introduce a little bit of a different element. I'm thinking maybe we can shape her face up a little bit just to change the shape. I'm actually thinking we might leave it a little long, and then we could layer it and change the shape that way.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, maybe we could do like same but different.
Yeah. Change is fun.
Change is fun. So I'm going to get Pearl over to the basin. I'm going to prep her hair, and then we'll be back and we'll start the haircut. So see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, so back from the basin, I've taken the liberty, in the interest of time, just to nice symmetrical parting here on Pearl. We did chat before we took it to the basin that we may consider leaving a little bit longer. Pearl's told me that she started a new job and she wants it to look a little bit more funky because she's working in a bar, and she just felt like it was a bit boring because she'd resorted to tying the hair up all the time just because of convenience. So I'm going to do a really nice clubbed shape, which I think will suit her really nice. I often use graduation to create solid lines. So I'm going to give you an example of that now, because I find that when we're cutting between the fingers or we're cutting on the neck being a curved shape, it's very hard to create that square shape that we're trying to achieve. So I'm going to start with using graduation, middle section. And then I can cut the graduation out when I'm done. So you can see it just stays longer towards the side, so you get that nice little curve shape. And the reason why that happens is because straight lines on a round head fall round. And the reason, as I said, I like to hold it between my fingers is because I find that I have more control. So I'm going to go now and work through this until we get all the way to the end. Chin down a little bit, Pearl. Thanks, babe. One of the things I often say is when you're working on the right, make sure you position yourself to the left. This is especially important for right-handed people, because what we tend to do is if we don't, we cut the corner off. And then when you're on the left, you spin to the right. And again, I always like to freehand check. You can see that graduation that's under there. We'll get that out after. I wouldn't be too stressed about that. I'm only concentrating on the line above, which is here. That's great. And here there's just a little adjustment there, and that's good too. And we'll put these in the middle. Done. Now we've got to address the graduation. So the way we do that is I'm just going to comb it all again with the wide end of the comb, and I'm just going to gently push it against the neck. And you can see the graduation under there. We're just going to take that out. And again, I'm not going to worry about doing it too accurately until we're dry, but I just want to remove some of it now, and obviously we'll check it again once it's been blow dried. Alright, so now we're going to take sections from here, pulling it back on both sides, left and right, until we run out of hair. You can see I've now taken my first section in the side, and we're combing that straight into the back here. So again, back down into that line. I'm going to make sure that we bring this around to the side. Now this is the part where I like to just do it through my comb and not use my fingers at all. So just gently, you can comb it down, you can see my scissors underneath there. And then I just swing my body around, and then we're just going to take that out. Not too much tension on the hair. I don't want any pressure graduation from placing too much tension. I spin Pearl around this way so you can see this side. So I bring this back. Here I place my scissor there, like that. Let's make sure we got all the hair first. Again, it's coming back into that baseline. You can use your finger just to hold it. Scissor goes there, comb goes in, scissor in behind, even out the plane of hair, don't bunch it in. So when I mean don't bunch it in, don't pull it back all into a bunch and cut it. You want to make sure it's spread out on an even plane of the comb, and I spin Pearl around, you'll see that you're just getting that beautiful length left towards the sides here. Yeah. Just again, we just continue 1/4 inch or 1 centimeter sections at a time until we run out of hair. So we'll bring it round again this way into the back. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm doing this last section is when I comb it back, I actually just put my finger here. I'll show you this. Let me get this little bit of hair there. So I comb it back, and then I just put my finger here, and I just like to sort of comb it. Can you see that? I comb it around my finger, so I'm not bringing it down here. And then that last section, I always cut blunt. And I've just found that by doing that, you don't get drag over the ear. You know how sometimes you get that sort of little bump here? I know we can do that by pulling it down there and cutting it this way, but you can also get it by pulling it down over the ear. So I lift it up, leave my finger there, cut that off, and you can see how nicely that is there. And we do the same on the other side. So pulling it back up over the ear, finger there, and we're coming around. Just turn the head this way, perfect. Yeah? Cool. So we want to cut this side now. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring Pearl in. I'm going to bring her in a little bit closer so you guys can see up real close. And if you could just look to the left for me, Pearl. Now all of a sudden you can see how I no longer have to contest with the shoulder to cut this in. So now I swing around this way. And again, the combing is so important. We just want to make sure this is all coming straight down, lift it up, let it fall. All the way down. This off, right there. Free hand. So you can see now just under here there's that little bit of graduation. So I'm just going to hold the comb, no tension. Sorry, hold the hair with the comb, no tension. We're just going to just take that graduation off. Same on this side, you can see it's just here. If you tilt the head you'll see it a bit more. Go to here. We need to be very careful about this. We don't want to stretch it over the ear too much because we'll create a hole, and we've been trying to avoid that. This side. Check it in the back. Head up for me, gorgeous. Beautiful, and just again, just look to the left. Now we're just going to check these sides here. Just look back towards the mirror, please, Pearl. Thank you. Just going to leave that point in the front for now because that is actually my guide for the other side. You can gaze out the window for me, darling. Perfect. Just look straight back in the mirror. Take that off. They should meet on both sides. There it is there. Come on this side. Beautiful. Just close your eyes for me, Pearl, please. So we're going to do a shape here. Let me just spin to the side. You can see here, if I twist this and hold it down, you'll be able to see the shape I've created there. It's just a triangle. We're going to project it at around about 135 degrees. Just close your eyes, Pearl. I don't want you to get cut hair in your eyes. Going from short to long. This is almost going to be like long bang slash side fringe. Let me just bring it around so you can see the angle we've cut that on. Yeah? And I'm just going to add texture. See, that just adds that little bit of shape, so when Pearl goes and wears this on the side, when she wears it out, pull it back, she's going to have that beautiful little shape in there. Just gives you that little kick in the side. It's beautiful and gentle, it's very elegant. Again, I just want a little bit of shape, nothing too dramatic. You can see it's falling heavy on the end, so that's where the drama is, but we're just going to go through now texture. So pop your head to the side for me, babe. More underneath here. I'm going to spin Pearl around so we can do the other side. Just check it before we move on, sorry. Head up, darling. Thank you. A lot of people question why I spend so much time detailing the hair this way, but I guess it's because of the word I just said. It's all in the detail, and then, yeah, you could probably do it quicker using a texturizing or a thinning scissor, but I know from my experience that this is the best way to do it, and it's absolutely worth taking the time to get the right result. And then some more vertical. Yep. Okay, another thing I'll do, even though I don't use thinning scissors, I use these, yeah? And I'm just gonna, where I feel it is a little bit thick still, I'm just gonna do vertical slicing through the ends, not the mid-lengths, just through the ends. And again, this is just all about creating movement and texture, but still making sure that from the top, looking down, this appears to be all one length. All right, haircut's done. Okay, let's do some colour. Yes, Adam colours hair, so don't freak out, all right? A lot of you guys have asked if I can colour hair. Well, here we go. So what Pearl's asked me to do is to introduce some, I guess you could say, violet-y, mauvey tones. Yeah. Like not purple, but just soft and opaque. So her hair's already quite blonde, as you guys have seen, but I'm just going to do a few foils in and around the top. Just to sort of try and match this, and I'm going to do some underneath here because it's dark, and then once we've processed and rinsed it all out, we'll do a toner. But what I've got in here is Light Master and 20 Vol, and I'm using Bond Ultimate just to make sure that we look after the condition of Pearl's hair. So let's get going, hey? I guess if I were doing it anywhere else, what you'd want to do is make sure that you can hide the pattern by using a diagonal slice, and it also has a much better blend for me, probably for the same reasons as when we use diagonal sections when we're cutting. So I'm just going to put 2 here and 2 on the other side, just so we've got a little bit of colour coming through. And I'm going to do 1 slice, and I'm going to diffuse this with a weave. So without lying, this would have to be the first time in at least 12 months since I've done foils. Just goes to show it's like riding a bike, eh? Once you learn properly, you never forget. So again, we're going to do quite a heavy slice first, and then we'll diffuse with a weave. Okay, so the colour's on, foils are in. Let's just spin Pearl around so you can see what I did. I'll just give you guys a little bit of a better look so you can see that we've just done this sectioning pattern through here. Just laid some foils in on this side, and again we've done on this side. So hopefully that will provide us with that little bit of blend coming through to the top. Sorry, taking the colour from the top in through the end, so I'm going to process now on the heat. So this is what this looks like. We've got this machine here. What this does is just gently apply heat to the lightning powder. Then we're going to take Pearl over to the basin. We're going to rinse it all out. We're going to do our bond step number 2 and step number 3. And then we're going to tone her hair. And when you see her, hopefully she's got this beautiful clean palette with even amounts of lightning from root through to the end. It's going to put that nice violet toning. So see you guys soon.
All right, we're back. Hey, look at you, baby.
From mild to wild.
Yeah, from mild to wild is right. So, what do you think, guys? Let me spin Pearl around. Basically, to recap what we did, you obviously saw the entire look. I'm sorry if it's loud in here. You saw the entire haircut, then you saw me colouring it. So just to recap, what I did was I went through using Light Master and 20 Vol and Bon Ultimate just to look after the hair. Once I lightened all the hair out, you can see this beautiful violet silver hue that we put through. As soon as I lightened the hair out, we took Pearl over to the basin. From there, we proceeded to do the second part of the Bon Ultimate treatment that sorts out any condition issues we might have had, or any, I guess, potential damage that can be caused. But obviously, I took my care; I didn't take it through to the ends. Once we rinsed it out, I pre-toned and I used 10 mils of 8P, 10 mils of 8V, and 20 mils of SPV in Colour Sync with 10 Vol, and then I pre-toned, so I got rid of all the warmth and I flattened it all out. We rinsed it, and then we did the second toner, and the second toner I did 10V, 20 mils of 10V, 20 mils of 10V, 10 mils of 10P, and literally just a P drop of 3VV in Colour Sync with 10 Vol. And you can see that it's just given that beautiful violet tone to it. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think we've got a nice little side fringe. The colour is obviously makes it a little bit street. It's opaque, it's not over the top. You look great. I mean, it's a bit hard to make Pearl look bad, but go back and have a look at the last video we did and have a look at this evolution that I talk about a lot, where clients come in for a change and you don't go too hard initially. And I think the most important thing is you take them on a journey with their hair, and that's what we're doing with Pearl. So she was a bit braver today. Not only did she cut it shorter, but she actually put some colour in it. And again, why I consider things like where she's working, what she does, her age, and how she feels about her hair and what's going on in fashion. And babe, you're banging, like you look amazing. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
all right,
you so
guys.
much for having me.
You're welcome. Pearl's going to come back again in 8 weeks, and we're going to do it all again. So until next time, guys, from Access Hairdressing in Canberra. Big shout out to Matrix. Love the colour. The colour's amazing, and couldn't have done it without you guys. Until next time, it's bye.